to Sunday Funday or Funday Sunday with BAA Bell Arts Attractions. I'm your host Boyana and this is
Nella.
So take a seat back, pour your coffees, enjoy listening to our soothing voices. We may even sing. Oh,
I'm not going to sing.
I am. Okay, not now. But what we want you to do is, of course, subscribe to us. And do you want to do the email? Where can you talk to us?
Yes, I'll do the email. As always, it's bellartsattraction@gmail.com or the bro channel belgradeartnews@gmail.com, and we will shout out any event that you might have coming up in Belgrade. Or you can even email us on a Sunday if you'd like us to discuss something that's out in the news that you're particularly interested in, because as you know, Sunday is our chill day.
It's the relaxed vibe here on Sundays.
Except when we get into arguments about what's going on.
Yes,
which is,
heated debates.
She's keeping the drama out of it.
I'm a diplomat.
Keeping the drama out of it. #dramarama. But let's get into it. There's just two things we want to tell you about today. We have 2 live streams. Both are hosted by Dom Omladine, and both are happening on the same day at the same time. So that's Monday tomorrow, Monday the 14th of December at 7 p.m. You can check out the links below for each, and we'll tell you about them now. The first one is Fantastyczna Czytelnica, which will host a discussion of Piranesi by Susanna Clark. This is the long awaited book.
She's the author of what?
Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
I've heard of Jonathan Strange. It's strange I don't know anything about it, but yeah, I've heard of Jonathan Strange, so it must be really, really popular.
But there's a whole host of huge fans, so if this is your jam, then hit the link below, subscribe to that stream, and you don't need to social distance or wear your mask because you'll be at home doing it.
And the next one is also a live stream that you can watch from home. And it is a review of the films of 2020, and the title of this live stream is called What New Films Have Distracted Us from the Pandemic? And in Serbian, I'm going to have a read. It's called Pregled filmske 2020. Šta nam je to novo skrenulo misli sad pandemije? Excuse me. Yeah, sam skrenula. It means, we've gone a bit bonkers. Haven't we all? Anyhow, it's hosted by film chasers. Sorry, I cannot see the names. Miloš Cvetković and Miloš Stojković. And that's hosted on Monday 14th at 7 p.m. So yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah. And now into the discussion portion of the afternoon.
Discussion, she says. We shall see about that.
Don't stress, like my mug says. So interesting news came out, and I remember it was all over CNN. If it was yesterday or the day before, it was like one of their main headline news, that Warner Brothers movie studio has announced that in 2021 all of their new releases will be released simultaneously in cinema and on streaming services.
Okay.
So this is quite a big development, because we've always sort of anticipated movies at the cinema.
We're just used to them coming out in the cinema first, and then coming out on video. My God, revealing my age. Video, DVD, streaming.
Streaming is the new video.
Streaming is the new video, but now that's all sort of. It's all confusing now. So
it's all at the same time. I don't know. It's sort of that. How in the States before, back in the day. Now I'm revealing my age too. But like kids, 10-15 years ago, a movie would be released in December in the States and would only come in June to Serbia or something like that.
Yeah.
So there was a huge wait. And now that wait has just been completely shortened, and you can stream it.
Some production companies are completely skipping the cinema stage and going straight to streaming services. So 2021 will be a really interesting year.
Yeah, but what will this do to cinema? I mean, cinemas were struggling pre-pandemic, to get the numbers up because of streaming services and because of illegal downloads and things of films, which is still rife, though less. I think music did it really well with streaming, where they cut out the
middleman.
Yeah, because people are willing to pay for quality content. I mean, I know I am.
I as much as I like streaming, and I think that's what our debate is about today. It's cinema versus streaming. What is going to be the winning?
Well, no, I don't think it's cinema versus streaming. I think it's more what's it going to do to the cinema scene. Because are you still going to go and watch a movie, a highly anticipated movie?
I don't go to the cinema as much as I'd love to, but I think you'll agree with me. There's just nothing like going to the cinema, nothing like the experience of seeing something on a big screen with the right sound, maybe with a bit of popcorn, and with your whoever you're going with. Even if you're going solo, I know so many people that go to the cinema on their own, like Nella, and you, and loads of.
The video that spoke about this, Chris Sternfield, I'll link it below. He thinks that the point of cinema is the whole experience of the cinema. That, like you said, like with the popcorn, the big screen. And
Yes.
he thinks that because this streaming and cinema releasing at the same time will be beneficial to cinema, because it will focus more on the moviegoers that respect the cinemas, the ones that actually sit down and watch the movie, not the ones that are on their phones and
I think it's just going to be one of those things that we have to watch, how it's going to develop. There's just I don't see that there's a clear line, a clear distinction. I think it's just the idea that will cinemas die out? Will they be able to survive? That's
they need to innovate. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Cinemas need to innovate. It's the same thing with Uber and taxi and Airbnb and hotels and all of that. Cinemas also need to innovate. They can't just be stuck in that old notion of people will come to the cinema. Their marketing needs to change. The experience needs to change. For example, for me, I would go to cinema to watch classics, movies that I really love. I mean, we watch movies over and over again.
And drive-ins have been really popular this year because you don't need to be near other people, but you still kind of get that cinematic experience.
I love the drive-in. Outdoor cinema. I love the concept of outdoor cinema.
there was jacuzzi cinema in the USA. They tried to do the jacuzzi cinema. IMS spoke about it, where you and a group of friends, you go and you get one jacuzzi. That's like, and then another group gets another. They have to like watch.
Guys, you want to go hop in your bath quickly? Let's all go hop in the bath.
Jacuzzi cinema! Sign me up! Sign me up!
No way. We had, I used to live in, most of you don't know, I used to live in Dubai for many years, and what we had there on the beach, which was really nice in the winter time, which is obviously like summer here, there was a big screen and you would get headphones.
I was going to say.
And it was like, you get your outdoor snacks, you can have a conversation if you want, because you're not disturbing anyone else's experience. But it's a shared experience that's also quite individual, and that was really cool, for example.
That was going to be my next question. I think that what a lot of people are put off by the idea of drive-ins or, watching films outdoors, that, people are just going to be too relaxed and they're going to start chatting and throwing stuff around and being distracting. But I like that idea that you get your own set of headphones. Maybe it's not so safe in a jacuzzi. I don't know. I don't want any electricals in my jacuzzi, thank you very much.
But then, what's going to happen to the cinema, and how they're going to get their support if you.
We've got to save the cinema.
Save the cinema, people.
I am going to pledge to see a film once a week, at least. If you comment below. Only if you comment below.
10 comments, and Boyana, all of 2021 is going to go to the cinema once
yes,
a week.
The 100th person gets to pay for that. I'm joking. Can come with me on one, but don't be creepy. I had to throw that in.
It would just be me commenting 100 times. And then we meet up and I'm just being...
I'd love to go with you, Nina. You don't have to comment 100 times for us to go to the cinema together. So.
You know, you're going, like, cinemas need to, like, evolve and develop and become more...
Innovate. They need to innovate. Yes, I don't have ideas for you cinema guys. Maybe, you know, if you hit me up privately, I can give you some ideas for a cost. But no, seriously speaking, they do. They need to evolve.
Well, I think you mentioned that, like, one of you mentioned if they saw, like, old, like, classic movies, maybe that can work, because then, like, the young generations, like us, can have, like, the feeling. They can, like, have it, like, almost like a production, like a theater production. You go in and it's all, like, old school, and you have, like, the feeling of being back in the 50s and stuff.
Yeah, I'd definitely be up for that. I haven't seen enough classic films, as I should have.
Classic films, or you have cult movie night. There's, you know, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Breakfast Club.
I think, though, the cinema scene here in Serbia is very vibrant, and there are a lot of festivals, and tickets are really affordable. So I think that's a really huge advantage we have here in Serbia in terms of the cinema experience.
Well, we have our own film scene. You know, we're not relying on Warner Brothers and the big production houses of America. We have our own actors, our own film scene. We have, and it's the production value is incredible.
Not just that, but there are so many indie festivals that go on each year, and that they show it in a variety of different venues, not just in cinemas. So it's really, really worth looking out and supporting that. You know, if you're in Serbia, it's really just something that's so accessible. So, I mean, I'd like to see cinema stay alive. I don't want cinema to die.
I have another question. Sorry, I'm pivoting from the topic now.
Okay.
Pivot. But what do you think about the way that series are evolving? I just finished watching The Undoing with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. Big A-list Hollywood actors going onto the small screen. There was also, I forget, Little Fires Everywhere, that was with Reese Witherspoon as the main actor.
Yeah, I do.
think it's just Little Fires. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's with Reese Witherspoon. Then Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon did the sort of the Good Morning America type show earlier in the year. So a lot of A-list celebrities are going down to the small screen. This is also speaking to the evolution of cinema and these big production movies and where it's going.
I'm not against series. I love watching stuff at home, for sure. I like one and the other. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. There's definitely more funding and everything is being pivoted into streaming. So perhaps that will be our future.
Well, TV series have gotten like a boost in their budget like for a couple of years now. And they're becoming like more production-wise equivalent to Hollywood. I think from like the actors' point of view, it's kind of cool because I don't think many of those actors that you mentioned want to do movies anymore. I think with a TV series, if it does well, then you have a long-term gig. With a movie, when it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
You might have a sequel, but then...
I think there are definitely more... It seems to me that there are definitely more creative... It's fueling a lot more creativity. And what I'm finding is, and this is your favourite word, is democratizing. Democratizing the movie industry, because a lot of money is going into local productions as well, and it's not just centered now on Hollywood, and a lot of foreign films are getting so much attention and popularity,
and the recognition they so rightly deserve.
Exactly, and that's what I like. That's what I like about the whole streaming thing, is that the funding, it seems to have moved a bit more globally and giving more opportunities to actors. So hire me. I had to throw that in. If you're watching, casting directors.
Some self-promotion. Rightly so,
Always.
rightly so.
I think we've kind of hashed that out, but if you've got any other points you want to make about this topic, please do comment. And I keep my promises, so do comment, and if you're the 100th person to comment, I will go on a cinema trip with you and we will just rock it.
Hey, listen, and if you want to send us a little video recording or a voice recording of yourself to bellartattractions@gmail.com, we'll put it in and have a listen to what you have to say and answer to you as well. So
Yes.
I threw that one out there.
Yeah, well, why not? You know, we just like to sort of, we like to be creative, don't we?
Yeah, and this is the space for it. Our
Yeah.
little podcast, like on the couch with a coffee, Sunday fun day.
I've always wanted a chat show. I just love talking, as you can see.
And I think that wraps it up.
That concludes our Funday Sunday
Yeah.
for now.
We had a lot of fun with you today. Hope you had fun with us.
Yes.
This is going to be the format for our Sundays, so do tune in, do subscribe. Please get our subscriber numbers up. We're supporting the art scene in Belgrade, so we
And
need
the
you
cinema scene.
to support us. Yes, and the cinema scene.
You
I am
mentioned-
Nella.
I'm Buena.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.